Hi there, I'm Pam Carr, and I've made this headband called Starla Headband, and it uses the star stitch, which is such a beautiful stitch. So I've written a pattern for it and put it on my blog. It's free on my blog, but I also want to share a video here showing you how to make the star stitch, just in case the written instructions are a little bit confusing. So I'm going to be using some yarn from my stash. It's a number 4 worsted weight, or in England I think it's referred to as Aran, and I've got an eye hook. An eye hook's a little bit bigger than an H. It's actually 5.5 millimeter. So that's what I'm going to be using to make the star stitch for you today. And we're going to start by making a slip knot. And then we always want to start out with an odd number of chains so we end up with an even number of stitches in our row, because we always work into the second chain from the hook, right? So I'm going to do 15 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll just go to the end. Okay? I actually went a little bit longer and I went with 19, okay, because I think that is going to give a better impression of the stitch. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into the second chain from the hook, not that first one but the second one, and we're going to wrap our yarn over and pull it up as if we were going to do a single crochet, but we're not going to go any further. We're going to stop there. Then we're going to go into the third chain, yarn over, pull it up, and now you see we have 3 loops. Into the next chain, yarn over, pull it up, and all of a sudden we've got 4. Into the next chain, we've got 5. Into the next chain, we've got 6. Okay, so now we've got the 6 on there. We're going to put the yarn over and we're going to pull it through all of those loops. You see how I pull down here to create a bit of tension, and we're going to do a chain 1 to fasten that off. Now when you look at this, you'll see there's this little circle there. That's called the eye, all right? And we're going to be using that to make our second star. We've got 1 star made. So we're going to take our hook and we're going to put it right into the middle of that star. Yarn over, pull it up. Okay, that's our... The next one, we're going to look at our spikes that are sticking out here, and we're going to go between these last 2 spikes here, and we're going to wrap it over and pull it up, and now we've got 3. Now we've got this last chain here that we worked into. That's quite a big gap, so we're going to put it in there and pull it up, 4, and then we're going to go into the next chain, 5, and the next chain, 6. Make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yarn over, pull down tight here. So you make a bit of a gap for your hook to go through, and it should go through there just nicely. Okay, and then chain 1, and we have done our second star. And here you can see our second eye. It's kind of where you do the chain 1. Okay, so we're going to go directly into that eye. Take our hook, go right into the middle of the eye, yarn over, pull it up. Then we're going to look at our nice little curving. They sort of curve around. Those are all our spikes. We're going to go in between these last 2 here. Yarn over, pull it through. Then we're going to go into the bigger hole that was stretched from the chain. That was our last chain used. Then we're going to go into the next chain. And then we're going to go into the next chain. Pull it up. And how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over, pull down, and go through those 6 loops and chain 1. So you can see this is a bit of a yarn eater, okay? So now we've got our 3rd star. We should have 1, 2, and there's our 3rd eye, okay? So I'm going to hold it up close to the camera for you. We're going to put our hook right into the eye, yarn over and pull it up. Then we're going to look at all these spikes going down, and we're going to go into the last, between the last 2, right there and pull it up. And then we have kind of a gaping chain. That's the last chain that we worked into. So we're going to put our hook in there and pull one up. And then we go into each of the next 2 chains in order to get 6 loops. 1, pull it up. 2, pull it up. And then just check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull it down on those spikes, those loops that are going to turn into spikes, and chain 1. So we're going to do that all the way across. I'll talk you through one more, okay? First of all, we're going to go into that hole at the top, that eye, pull it through. Then in between the last 2 here, yarn over, pull it through, then into the last chain that we worked in, pull it through, then into the next chain, pull it through, and into the next chain, pull it through. And we should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over and pull it through all 6. Now if you need to repeat this, you can go back to the beginning and watch it again one more time. Where are we going to go first of all? Into the eye, okay? So we're going into the eye, yarn over, pull it through. In between those last 2 legs that we had there, into that chain that's kind of a big chain there, and then into the next 2 regular chains. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Create some tension by pulling, yarn over and pull it through your 6 loops and chain 1. So I'm going to let you finish going across, but this is what it's starting to look like. And every time to start your fresh chain, to start your fresh star, you're always going to be going into that eye. That's your first pull up, okay? Second pull up is in between the last 2 little spikes going down. Next pull up is into that last chain you worked into when you were creating that star, and then we're going to go 2 more and then pull it over and go through all those 6. And chain 1. Okay, so maybe try, oh, we're at the end. So here we are at the end. All we have to do is double crochet into that last stitch. And we're there. Good. Now, to do the next row, it's really easy because this next row is only made with half double crochets. So we're going to chain 2, and that's going to act as the first half double crochet. Now, this row, we're going to be working 2 half double crochets into each of these eyes. And they're not so easy to see from the back, but you can see them, okay? Each eye is going to get 2. So we've got the very first eye is right here. So we're going to do 2, wrap the yarn over into that eye, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, go through 3. Yarn over, go straight into the same eye, yarn over and pull it up, yarn over and go through the 3. Now we're going to look for our other eye. There it is. So yarn over before you go into that eye, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, go through the 3, that's a half double crochet, yarn over into the same eye, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, pull it through the 3, there's your second double crochet into that eye. Now the next one, yarn over, and let's find our next eye. Right here, okay? Into that eye, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, go through the 3, yarn over into the eye, the same one, yarn over, second half double crochet. Now we're going to go into the next one, okay? Yarn over before you go into that eye, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over through the 3, 1 half double crochet, yarn over into the same eye, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, and there we go, 2 into that one. And now we're going to go into this next one here, okay? Yarn over, into that eye, yarn over, through 1, and 2 half double crochets. Here's our next eye. Yarn over into that next one, 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochets. And here's our final eye. 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochets. And then I have 2 half double crochets in the last stitch. 1, 2. And that is the end of the half double crochet row. And that's going to happen between every star row. So see how pretty it's starting to look? So now we're going to turn our work and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Every time we start a star stitch row now, I'm going to drop my yarn down there because it's getting in the way. We are going to chain 3 at the beginning of the star stitch row, okay? And how this works is we are going to be working into, let's just start again here. Turn our work. I think it's better to turn your work and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3, so that we can work into those chains because we have to do that as we're going down. So remember to turn your work and then to chain 3. Okay, now we're going to go into the second one, not the first chain, the second one, and pull up a loop. Then we're going to go into the third one and we're going to pull up a loop. And then we're going to go into the first stitch and pull up a loop. And then we're going to work into the next stitch and pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to go into the next stitch and pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only the first star that we make uses up those chains at the beginning of the row. So there we go. So that helps us to make our star. See how it's going up nice and straight? Now, of course, what do you think we're going to be doing for the next star? We're going to be going into that eye, okay? So we go into the eye and pull up a loop. And then we find those last 2 and we go in between them and we pull up a loop. And then here's our last stitch that we worked into from the previous, and we pull up a loop. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we go into the next stitch and pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 4, sorry. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting ahead of myself here. And one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we pull through and chain. So let's go into the eye. Pull up a loop. Into that space between the last 2, right there. Pull up a loop. Into the big introductory one there, pull up a loop. And then we're going to go into 2 more, I think. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over, pull through, and chain 1. Now we've got 3 new stars. 1, 2, 3. To make our next star, we go into the eye, wrap the yarn over, pull up a loop. Then we look and we find that V in between those last 2. So we're going to go in there, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then we're going to go into that large stitch there, pull up a loop. Then we're going to go into the next one, stitch, pull up a loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we go into the next stitch, pull up another loop, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull through and chain 1. So I'm going to let you finish this row on your. So I think we're actually at the last one here. So I'm going to, don't put your yarn over. Remember, whenever you go into the eye, you just go in with a hook. 1, wrap the yarn over and pull it up. That gives you 2. Then in between the last 2 spikes, pull it up. In between the big stitch there, then into 1 stitch, into 2 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yarn over and pull it through, chain 1. So here we're at the last stitch. and we're going to chain, we're going to do 2 half double crochets. Oh, just wait, I should check. I think it might be just 1. No, that's right, just 1 half double crochet. So now we're going to chain 2 and turn our work, and we're going to make another half double crochet row. So these half double crochets are being worked into the eye, right? So yarn over, and we're going to go into the first eye here. 1, 2. And then we're going to find our second eye right there and do 2 half double crochets in there. 1, 2. And then we're going to find our next eye and 2 half double crochets in there. Remember, yarn over before you put your hook in. This is a little bit different than the stars. 1, 2. The next eye, 1, 2 into that one. The next eye, 1, 2 into that one, and the last eye, 1, 2, and then I think we do 2 in the last one, last stitch. 1, 2, and we're going to chain, turn our work, and then chain 3, right? Turn our work, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So here's how it's looking. You see that? Isn't that beautiful? So I do have the pattern written out on my blog post for the pattern for the Starla headband, but this is how you do the star stitch. Okay, so for this one, now we're starting another row. We just go into the second chain, pull up, into the third chain, pull up, 3, into the next stitch, pull up, 4 loops, into the next stitch, 5 loops, into the next stitch, 6 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yarn over and pull it through and create your eye. And then we're going to go right into that eye, pull up a stitch, right into between the last 2 spikes, pull up a stitch, into that big gapy hole, pull up a stitch, and into 2 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yarn over, pull it through and chain, and carry on. And if you need to, pause and rewind to find out how you can do this. Maybe I went a bit too fast. Remember, you can always pause it and stop and rewind it, okay? So I really think the star stitch is so pretty, and I hope you enjoy it. And thank you for watching this tutorial on my Pam Carr, and I'm from Caraway Crochet, and please subscribe if you like my channel. Thank you so much.